stream this morning. If this is your first time on this particular channel, I'm Isaac from Sinai Farms. And then in this farm, I raise local chickens. So if you are interested in learning about local chickens, then this is the right channel for you. Now, in this particular stream, I'll be discussing with you how you can actually start a local chicken farm with just 10 hens and 1 rooster. That is what we are going to discuss in this particular video, okay? But before we proceed, I would just like to give a shout out to the subscribers, those that are following, especially Obi from Nigeria, Esther from Ghana, we have Mauli from Ghana, Israel from Nigeria, all the Nigeria farmers, and then all the people into local chicken farm, Mosaic Chicks, Makula. Guys, I salute you this morning. It has been a great fantasy and then a great journey, of course. So guys, it's another blessed day, and this is what we'll be discussing in this particular stream. But don't forget, if you join, don't forget to leave your name and where you are joining from in the live chat, okay? Guys, yesterday I did something which I would like to share with you before we proceed. Can you see the rabbits? We have 1 back and then 1 doe here. Yesterday I made this particular cage for them, and then it's now having this. Then we have another back at the top here, okay? So that is the development in the house. So this is the cage I've made for them, okay? It contains 4 chambers, and then our mama is still here. She has done a very good job. She has done a very good job. Yeah. So let me show you the guys. So guys, that is the new development in the house currently. We've changed the situation. So we have 4 chambers for the rabbits here, okay? So that's all. So now if you come to this particular house, this house, now I've transferred all the birds from this particular house to the other house because now they are growers. So they don't need to be here. It's only 1 mama and 1 rooster. 3 roosters, the small roosters, are staying here, okay? So because of a recommendation from another farmer that I should not keep the rabbits and then the chicks all together. So that is the new development, is to share ideas on how you can actually start a local chicken farm with 10 hens and 1 rooster, okay? Now, you don't need to break the bank to start your local chicken farm. This is something easy which you can do. You don't need to break the bank before you invest into local chickens. A lot of people think to start a local chicken farm is like starting a layer farm or a broiler farm. No, it's not like starting a broiler or a layer farm, okay? Now, what you need is just 5 hens or 10 hens in addition to a rooster, okay? Now, you may be thinking, how will I start a farm, a whole farm, with 10 hens and then a rooster, or with 5 hens and then a rooster? Now, what you are going to do is the 10 hens you are getting, and then the 1 rooster among them will be mating the hens, okay? And then if in the hens, you'll be getting fertilized eggs, and then those are the eggs you will be hatching to be getting day-old chicks to raise, okay? So if you want to start and then you don't have money, it's actually possible to start, because with 10 hens, if they begin to lay a day, you can have a laying rate like, let's say 50%. That means out of the 10, you'll be getting 5 eggs per day. So if you are keeping the eggs for, let's say, 7 days or 6 days, the 7th day you'll be getting like 35 eggs, and you can actually hatch those 35 eggs. If the birds are not broody, you can set up a home incubator and then hatch those 35 eggs. Now, how you are going to do the hatching is you do it by weekly or weekly, meaning incubator, whether homemade or any automatic incubator. So if you set the eggs, let's say today your 35 eggs are ready by the end of the week, meaning a day you are getting 5 eggs. So by the end of the week you have 35 eggs. So you set that you set those 35 eggs for incubating. Okay, so if you are into the course of the week, another week they will give you a probability of 35 eggs again. So after the end of the 7 or after the end of the second week, you have to candle the eggs and see which one of them is developing. Okay, I will share the process with you in a recorded video. So you candle the eggs to check which of them is, or which one of them is developing and which of them is not developing. So you are going to take out the ones that are not developing or the ones that are not fertilized. You take them out of the ones that are developing. And then you are going to replace, or you are going to add the 35 eggs you've gotten at the end of the week 2, you add it to the incubator. Okay, so let's say if you have a 64 capacity incubator, so by the end of the first week, you are incubating like 30 eggs or 35 eggs. So at the end of the first week, let's say you've candled the eggs and then you see 5 of them are not developing. So you take it out of the incubator. So you are left with 30 that are maturing or that are developing. So you add the rest of the 35 eggs that you've gotten at the end of the second week, you add it to the incubator at the end of the second week. So you could see that by the 21 days, you have the first batch hatching because they are 7 days older than the one you are adding. So by the end of 21 days, you have your first batch. By the end of the next cycle, 28 days, you have the second batch. You continue to do it like that. So probably if you have a hatching rate of, let's say, 80 or 90%, then that is where your journey will start from. Okay, all what you need is to make provisions for how you are going to take care of the day-old chicks. That is, you have to make a good cage for them where you'll be brooding the chicks yourself. So if you are starting with 10 hens, you have to learn about how to actually make a home incubator. You can search online. It's something simple and easy to do. You just need some bulb, a thermometer, hygrometer, and then a small cage. You make your own incubator, and then you also learn about how to brood. You may not be successful with your first batch. You may have some few challenges within the first few months, but I can assure you that by the end of the first month or the second month, you'll be successful, or you have required knowledge of how to actually brood the chicks. So if we are considering only 50% of the 10 hens with a rooster, by the end of, let's say, the month, we'll be having at least we'll be having like 60 or 50 chicks. Okay, let's say 50 chicks. If we have a hatching rate of 90%, we'll be having approximately 50 chicks in the first month. So we are going to brood those 50 chicks, and then at the end of the second month, the second cycle, we'll be also be having like 50 chicks because we are incubating the eggs in batches. Week 1, we will add the 35 that we've gotten. Week 2, we candle, remove and add, okay, and top up. So if you actually have, let's say, a 128 capacity incubator, it will help because with the 10 hens, you'll be getting 5 eggs or more or less. So if you begin the hatching process with 1, then you may be able to add. At the end of week 1, you add. At the end of week 2, you add. At the end of week 3, you add. So at the end of week 3, the first batch you hatch. At the end of week 4, the second batch you hatch. At the end of week 5, the third batch you hatch. Now, this can be done in a month, in a whole month like that. So by the end of the month, you may be having like 120 chicks or 100 chick, then you stop there, or you put the incubator to a rest. Okay, so when you have your 100 chicks, that is the first batch, the second batch, the third batch, then the fourth batch, then you focus on them because you don't have money for the feeding. So you focus on those 100 chicks, brood them till they reach the growers stage. That means from week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you take good care of them. You make sure that you give them the necessary things, supplements, vaccination that they need in order to be healthy. So by the end of week 16, 17, they will begin to lay. So with just 10 hens and then a rooster among them, you can actually start your local chicken farm. And then within, let's say, probably 3, 4 months or 5 months, you have a farm. At least you have at least 100 birds in your farm. Okay, so you cannot just stay there and say, no, I don't have anything doing, or I don't have the cash to spend, so I cannot go into raising chickens. You can start with the local chickens. That is why God, in his own power and knowledge, give us this. Okay, so we just need to make good use of it and then make sure that we excel. I hope you've enjoyed this time with me. This is something short in the live stream. We'll be putting in some figures, or I'll be recording videos about how to do the whole process. So get ready for such videos. Okay, I'll show you the process, how I'm doing it, how I made my own incubator at the comfort of my home, how I'm using it to hatch the eggs. All the process I'm talking about in this particular video, I'll record them one, and then I'll share every process with you on the channel. Okay, but if you want to learn more, use the Telegram link in the description of the video. Join the Telegram channel. We have a lot of people in a group that has idea, or we have a lot of guys there that have idea about how to actually make a home incubator, how you can brood your chicks. So they can assist you. So you can just stay there and then be reluctant. Okay, join the group and then ask questions. A lot of people are out there to help you. Guys, if you enjoyed this particular time with me, hit the like button. And then if you are new, subscribe. I will catch you up tomorrow for another wonderful one like this.